Hello, everybody. This is Ian, CEO at We Offer Wellness. And today, from my home in Maidstone, Kent, I've gone to Brazil and I've come to see Michele. So, Michele, hello, and how are you?
Oh, I'm very good. I'm glad to be here. I think this is an amazing platform. So thank you for having me.
No, thank you. And we were just saying that, top of my head, I think you were the first, within the first 50 and 60 people that kind of got the idea, sent us in your experiences and all the way from Brazil. So look, tell us
Yeah.
about before we get into your experiences, tell us a bit about you then. Okay, so
Right.
your
Yes.
wellness journey. What's
Okay.
going on?
So I'm now in Brazil, but when we're talking, I was living in the UK. So when I was growing up, I had this tremendous desire to visit the world, to learn about different cultures and languages. And I set to do that when I was 20 years old. So I left this city in Brazil, the small city in the south of Brazil, went to London, and I started to do that, to travel and do these things. I was always very fascinated about languages and the English language, and I started doing a diploma in psychology, which I finished in London back in 2008. And but my work life was it was very stressful. So I was always trying to find ways to balance that, to bring some peace of mind. And so yes, I used to work in office environments, very stressful. So people start saying, you should try yoga. And then one day I came across, it was about 10 years ago that I found yoga. And at the beginning, this practice was very much physical. So it was a very physical practice. And that's all I needed for, to help me balance this work life that was very stressful. So and then after that, I started doing a lot of different styles of yoga and trying different things. And then, but they always end in this pose that's called Shavasana, which is the corpse pose. You're laying down on the ground, and that's where the magic happens. So that's where your body integrates all the movements, and you start into that kind of meditative state. Your mind's more calm. So, as a chronic warrior and thinker that I am, and also that work life started to affect my sleep as well. So always finding ways to help my insomnia and all that. So that was really good for me. And then obviously, because London, as I said, is a very exciting place, and I did manage to travel and do things. So I always thought I was going to find relief outside of me by traveling, by doing all these things. But and then something like 5 years ago, I started going deeper into that kind of meditative state. So I've started. I mean, again, I'm a person that I love self-help books. I'm a consumer of these kind of things. I love it. I love understanding more and more about being self-aware and all this. So 5 years ago, I started going deeper into meditation and also mindfulness. So I went and I spent some time at Plum Village Monastery in France, where I learned techniques from Thich Nhat Hanh about mindfulness. So that was incredible experience. And then I finished a 200 hours training to teach yoga. So 200 hours yoga teachers training. That was really lovely because I went deep into the philosophy, and it was such an amazing course. So after that, I started teaching friends, and then also implemented wellness sessions in the office where I used to work. And then that's started this passion of actually, I've got all these tools now. How can I actually, it would be a shame not to share. So they've been helping me so much. So it was more like I never really wanted to do that, but it just happened. So yeah, so I continued doing that, but I also start introducing sounds to that posture, the shavasana. I mean, I love that end posture where everyone's laying down is what differentiates yoga from any other practice. You just get to lay down. So I introduced some sounds. So I had a bowl, a singing bowl. I started introducing the sounds. And then I got really amazing feedback, and people were telling me there's amazing things. So I got deeper into this study of sound healing. So one thing leads to another, and then about 2 years ago, I took a leap of faith. I quit my office job and I went to Peru to spend a whole month training another further 300 hours. And it was a training called Shamanic Awakening Yoga Teachers Training. It was a brilliant course. It was yoga as a more holistic way where you would bring breath work and meditation, but also learning shamanic practices, which is connection with nature and how to live in rituals and ceremonies and bringing this magic to everyday life, right? So yeah, so this is amazing. It was amazing to learn how to guide ceremonies as well. So it was fantastic 1 month that I spent. So when I came back to the UK, I took this as a full-time job and I started leading guiding workshops, so yoga and sound baths and also ceremonies. So I had like women's circles and a cacao ceremony. So it was all like, yeah, wonderful. And then at the end of last year, I came to Brazil for 7 weeks to stay for holidays, and then I got a deep call to come back, and it feels like a circle because I left when I was 20 years old, and I spent 20 years in the UK, and then I'm now back in Brazil, but I'm always finding a way to go deeper into my awareness level. So at the beginning of the year, I also spent 10 days on silent retreat meditation, learning the Vipassana style technique. And I think all I do is that the idea that I really want to help people take time off their busy lives to focus on their well-being, to calm the mind, to ground, to connect to the body, to learn how to breathe consciously, and all these tools that it just help them to be more present and regain focus on what really matters in life to them. And sometimes we lose sight of it in the busyness of life. So yeah, this is a bit, sorry, was it too long?
This is wonderful. No, Michelle, this is absolutely wonderful. Look, we knew this company was going to be built on the people, all right, on the providers,
Yeah,
people that love what they do, somewhere have their story within this, and also want the best for the human race. You know, this is what this was always going to be about, was connecting people
I
to
feel that on this
experiences.
platform. I feel that it's been wonderful to watch all the other videos as well. I'm like, ah, we all like working towards this, like a better world, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you are a wonderful representation of how we can be, you know, and obviously, you know, you love to learn, you love to experience, you're actually doing something about it, you know, and it's absolutely wonderful. Right. Nitty gritty then. So you're doing online, so people can find you
Yeah,
for online experiences.
right.
Um, if somebody comes to you, give us an example of just one of the experiences that you have. Okay, what would a person expect?
So I do have many experiences there actually. So I put as many as I could to try to be accessible as well. So I've
Yeah,
got, I'll give you a few examples and then I'll just maybe stick to one. So I've got two programs which are gentle yoga. I've got a sign there. I don't know why.
I don't know why that happened, but I like it. Get that one.
Gentle yoga, yes, please. So I've got a gentle yoga flow program. So it's like 5 weeks program. I've got two of them. So I'm the sort of person that, again, like I found yoga in the physical level, but it's more than that for me. So I like to add themes to it. So in the 5 weeks, so the person can flow. One of it is flowing with the koshas. So the person would get the program. So I would have a conversation. I would fit to the person's needs and have a talk about the physical level, what they want to achieve, but also keep this theme in mind. And one of them is flowing with the koshas, which is the koshas is this yogic concept that we've got 5 layers. So the first layer is the physical, and then the life force, the breath, and then the mind. So each week I'll take you through one of them, so you get a bit more meaning than just the physical practice. So you get a little bit more, and you can learn a little bit more. So I've got that program. I've got another one with the elements, so earth, and then you are very grounding postures, and then the water and more fluidity. So I flow with the elements. So again, it's a little bit more fun than just the physical practice. I give you a little bit more to learn as well about the elements. So I've got those two going on. I've got a chair yoga, which is a bit more accessible. So using the chair as a prop. So this is lovely because you can do so much from just sitting on the chair as well. And that chair one, I add a lot of breath work and guided meditation with it. So not just the physical, but a little bit more, so an accessible one. And then I also have a workplace wellness because I feel like this is something I love. I found yoga in the office space, and it was much needed to me then. So I love this, bring it to workplaces, and I think it's much needed. So I think I've got a 6-week program there. So again, it's the same. So we'll speak. It can be an employer getting this program, or it can be a group of people in the office combining together wanting to do this. So the sessions will involve, again, gentle body movements using the chair, sitting on chair, or just standing, but simple, just to connect with the body and ground. Breath work exercises, so it's to release anxiety and stress, to regain focus. So breath work where people, yeah, and all this. So it adds, as a whole package that will flow each week. We've got a different element there. And I also have an online sound healing, which I've got a really lovely microphone. And believe it or not, it does come across very lovely because people are like, oh, it's online, it's not the same. But this microphone is really good, and it does come across, and is worth trying, especially if you're far away and you want to try this thing. So you can have it in the comfort of your own bed, like you put the headphones on, and it's just you have this beautiful sound healing experience. So I'll guide you through a body scan where we just melt away each part of the body. It starts to release, relax, and then you get your body ready for this. And when the body relax, I think that's why I'm so passionate about this shavasana posture, because when we are relaxed, the body can relax. That's when the magic happens, right? And that's when the body is very knowledgeable. It knows how to heal itself,
Yeah.
and it goes into, oh, okay, I can heal here because I'm not in danger, right? And sometimes it doesn't know when the danger is a fabrication from our mind. And in the day-to-day nowadays, that's what's happening, right? So we are fabricating this danger in our mind. The body is all getting fired up. So yes, so these experiences are all tailored. So people come to me, we have a conversation, I can tailor to their specific needs. So I've got lots of options there. And I hope that, I hope that it's helpful. It's helpful.
It's wonderful. Look, and I hope people, look, please, people, come and find Michele. And one of the beautiful things about this, people that love what they do, have taken the time out to invest in themselves. There's a natural kind of cup runneth over, overspill and flow out, And I can only imagine that someone that has an experience with you online or in person will simply just be washed by the presence and the process. So, Misha, look, we'll love that you're with us, and people, please do come and find Michele on We Offer Wellness, and also keep an eye out because we're going to get Michele in to do one of our workshops soon, okay? Because I
Yes.
think it'll be amazing. But Michele,
Yes.
thank you ever so much for doing this,
Thank
and
you.
um, and great to have you with us. So thank you ever so
Thank you
much.
very much. Thank you.